Hey, good afternoon, little splinters. Today, we're gonna start talking about using a hammer and nail, but before we get to hammer and nail, it's good to understand how to use a clamp. So today we're gonna spend a little bit more time with the clamp, and then tomorrow we'll use the hammer and nail more. So I got a couple pieces of wood here. I got a 2x4, which, as I explained earlier, is not actually a 2x4. This is 3.5 by 1.5, so it's only 1.5 thick and 3.5 wide, but it's called a 2x4. You can tell this is scrap wood. It's got this junky knot in it here. Not a great piece of wood to keep, so it's good to practice on. So I also got a, I don't know, this is probably 1 by 3 inches piece of scrap wood, and this is what I'm going to put the nail in. And so I got it on top of the 2x4. The 2x4 is also kind of protecting my table here. You want to check to make sure that there is something under the table to clamp to. Some of these tables don't have wood underneath here, so make sure that there is something under the table. Otherwise your clamp's definitely not going to work. I got a wood clamp here. I like these wood clamps because they got a big surface to clamp to the top of the wood here and a big surface under here. It also is less likely to dent your wood because you got wood on top of wood, and so the metal clamps are very likely to dent your wood, but these will not. So I always start by putting the top on, and I'm holding the top part of the clamp here, and then I will adjust the bottom part of the clamp so that it is parallel to the top. Okay, I want most of this bottom surface to be touching the bottom surface of the table. If I only have a little bit of the surface pinching the bottom of the table, it's not going to be a great clamp. I always bring the back end up first so that it's equal with the wood underneath the table, and then I'll bring this front part up. And as I look, I'm getting all this coverage right here. This is all getting attached right there. And then once I get this pretty tight, I'll tighten this one, and I'll kind of go back and forth. I might use 2 hands, and then that's not going anywhere. Okay, that's how it's done. So step by step, it's pretty simple. Got my 2x4, got my 1 by whatever this is, 1 by 3. Attach, hold this part on here. If you have a partner, sometimes it's helpful to have the partner hold that so you can focus on looking at the underside of the table. Okay, bring the back end up first, then bring the front end up, and then use 2 hands to get it tighter. Not going anywhere.